Fun. Sounds
No,
exhilarating.
you gonna come to my pop-ups and motherfuckers gonna go crazy. People love you.
I always want to see some organized crime.
Well, nah, bro. Bro, why'd you
No,
have
but
to
for
say
real,
that,
I do. Like,
bro?
I always want to.
No,
it's very thrilling. I like going to the projects.
We're
they're not doing
we're
much
medically
crime.
provided.
No,
I'm just kidding.
This is what I do here. I'm a Fed. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for your time. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed. So much for being fresh. If the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents. And when they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly. I'm a Fed. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for your time. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed.
Once upon a time, the music industry was the voice of the streets, a place where pain turned into poetry, where survivors of systemic oppression could rewrite their narratives in platinum. But as the beat drops in 2025, we're no longer watching the come up, we're watching the takedown, not from rivals, not from labels, but from federal law enforcement agencies using social media, podcasts, and live streams as investigative tools. Welcome to the Informant Era, where the feds aren't tapping phones, they're just tapping in.
Or if there's something that you guys could ignore each other, because not everything can be solved.
Why don't we trust? You said what?
What's the issue with you and your boy? Like, how did it start? Because there's a ton
I'm
The Rico Act, a statute born in 1970 to combat Italian mafia families, was never designed with rap in mind, but in 2024, it might as well be the most influential record deal in hip-hop history. The Racketeer Influence in Corruption Organizations Act allows prosecutors to treat an artist's entourage, label, or even their neighborhood affiliates as an organized crime ring. But the bar for evidence is dangerously low. A music video, a tweet, even a throwaway bar in a freestyle. Suddenly, it's not art anymore, it's evidence. And in an industry with authenticity as currency, this weaponization of reality has transformed storytelling into self-incrimination.
What's the issue with you and your boy? Like, how did it start? Because there's a ton
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't know. I don't know. Cause what you do?
You've met him before.
What did you do for me to be into it with you? Like the real thing.
The federal government doesn't need wiretaps anymore. They have Wi-Fi. They don't need surveillance vans. They have social media dashboards. In this new world, rappers are their own informants, live streaming their lives in high definition for likes, shares, and prosecutors. In one viral clip, one interview, one talk too much moment on a podcast, and you're indicted by Monday. And that's the tragic irony. In an attention economy, the more visible you are, the more vulnerable you become. An unexpected source made its way into official court filings against OTF affiliates. DJ Akademiks. In an interview with Lil Durk, Akademiks repeatedly asked questions about King Von in the streets of Chicago. Some responses, though subtle, were later referenced by prosecutors to imply knowledge, even complicity, in an ongoing investigation. Akademiks may have just been doing his job, but when the court sees it, it's not content anymore. It's admissible dialogue. Podcasts and live streams, once viewed as cultural commentary, have now become a goldmine for law enforcement. Unfiltered conversations about bodies and ops and businesses are clipped, time-stamped, and cataloged. The feds no longer need to infiltrate criminal organizations. They just tune in like everybody else does. The line between media and manipulation has never been thinner. Few outlets symbolize this more than No Jumper, Once a taste-making platform, now a cautionary tale. Over the past few years, multiple No Jumper guests and even reoccurring employees have found themselves in legal crosshairs after discussing active cases on air. In some instances, like Luce Cannon and Wax's very first No Jumper interview, episodes were quietly scrubbed, but the damage had already been done. The content had been clipped, uploaded by third parties, and archived by federal agents. Most disturbingly, content creators are being subpoenaed, and once protected by the illusion of journalism, they now find themselves caught in the middle. Their platforms weaponized, their footage subpoenaed, and their interviews turned into exhibits.
Because the incident that we was talking about when
you met up in Vegas?
We met up, right? Bricc didn't do no buster. He was ready to squabble, and then he was trying to clutch on me. So at the end of the day, I was like, I have to respect this because he is who he is. You get what I'm saying? Because I heard about, certain things that he been doing, and then I was like, I'm gonna still him up though in a moment. But it just happened. And the crazy part about it, when the story happened,
did he had something big hanging off his hip after that for the rest of the night?
In early 2025, one of the most quietly devastating indictments hit Los Angeles, a federal Rico investigation targeting members of the Rolling 60s, the city's most storied Crip set. Among those named, rapper Bricc Baby and media personality Luce Cannon. The feds had been watching and listening. Podcast appearances, Instagram comments, and lyrics. What began as content became circumstantial evidence, and what began as jokes on a mic soon read like testimony in a courtroom. This wasn't just a bust, it was a blueprint, and it sent a message. No matter how media savvy you are, no matter how many deals or sponsorship you've secured, the feds are watching the same YouTube clips as you are. Once being labeled a rat was a career death sentence. Today, it's a debate stream, a marketing algorithm, a trending hashtag. With plea deals and press releases dropping at the same time, snitching has become a PR exercise. Gunna's release under an Alford plea didn't just spark legal interest, it sparked digital warfare. Street purists screamed betrayal, casual fans shrugged and streamed the music anyway. The street's moral code is being rewritten in real time, one transcript at a time. But deeper than Gunna is the cultural shift. In the Informant Era, the penalty for cooperation has weakened because the punishment for silence has never been higher. You either talk or you take life. And for many, the music isn't worth the martyrdom. There's a quiet but undeniable truth emerging. The federal government is shaping the hip-hop narrative as much as the labels are. They dictate who's locked up, who's on house arrest, who's silenced, and who's pressured to speak. When you control an artist's freedom, you control their music, you control their message, and most of all, you control their movement. It's not a conspiracy, it's strategy, and it's working. We live in a time where media isn't just covering crime, it's accelerating it, where interviews are evidence, where fans become federal witnesses by clicking like, and where rappers chasing virality become informants without even realizing it. The Informant Era isn't about one artist or one indictment. It's about the slow erosion of privacy, loyalty, and artistic freedom. It's about the feds infiltrating not just neighborhoods, but the algorithm itself. And in this game of surveillance, silence isn't weakness. It might be the only strength we have left. This is Misguidid Media, and this is just the beginning. Hit the like button, subscribe, and please comment if you support the channel. It's your boy Misguidid Media. I'm out.
I always want to see some organized crime.
Well, nah, bro. Bro, why'd you have to...
That's what I do here. I'm a Fed. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for your time. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed.